like a muscle, like, when you're exercising. And that's what you're
Absolutely.
doing with your faith too.
It's an excellent
When you-
analogy.
yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
That's not, I got it from somebody. I don't know where I got it, but I got it. I know it's not, and I know it's not the Lord, but it's from someone I heard.
Don't give it up, don't give it
Yeah,
up.
right.
It's okay.
It's yours
No
now.
such thing as plagiarism in that.
Just put quotations, you'll be all right.
And if you didn't tell us that, we would have believed it was your original thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is the word consider it pure joy. Because I know we go through trials, but we're not singing and dancing through it and considering it pure joy.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate goal. And that's hard to come by. And that, what she said, you have to exercise your muscle. You gotta like act as if till everything that comes your way, okay, that's it, whatever. I consider it joy. I mean, how many of us really do that? When the trouble comes, immediately we want to respond in panic, anxiety, and So to me, that's the most important thing because we'll all have troubles, but it says He will deliver us from them all.
Amen, yeah.
Right.
And that's, I think, where the joy comes in, knowing that even when we face it, instead of thinking of the negative, I have to, I'm talking to myself, really. Instead of the negative, I have to see, well, this is going to do, I have to consider this joy, whatever it is, and God's going to do a mighty thing through it, and not panic, and not get anxiety over it, and not get crazy, Because He's going to deliver us from. He has already. How many
Right.
trials have we all been through that He delivered us from?
Yeah, we
That's
have
good, that's a good
history.
analogy.
Like so many.
Yeah.
That's what I say, call to remembrance. Because I forget, like I said, I'm talking to myself, I keep forgetting how many things He brought. Zillions,
That's
right?
Things that we don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
The pure joy really comes because you have an opportunity to depend on God.
Yeah.
Right.
See, and that's the thing, in everything, we have to completely depend on God. And most of the time, we don't.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
So when you're in a trial, God is really giving us an opportunity to depend on Him when it's so out of our control.
Right.
That's the time that you realize how much you do need the Lord. And then there is joy in that because that's when your faith gets activated. And so that's when joy comes in. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're happy because that's a different thing. And it doesn't even necessarily mean that the circumstance is changing as quickly as we want it to. But the dependence means that we know that God is with us.
Amen.
And He speaks to us. He speaks to us in that place. In fact, actually, in those times, if you're listening, God really speaks to us the most because that's when we need Him the most.
And for everyone to say is very true, because for me, I feel like I'm going to a new level.
There you go. No, that's good.
Yeah, Lord, that's good.
And what you're all saying, again, it speaks to the theme of spiritual maturity. As we get older, and all of us in this room